Hello and welcome to another edition of I Am Bastani with me, Aaron Bastani. What was the record of Lutfur Rahman? Under his watch in Tower Hamlets Council built more housing than any council in England and Wales.
The record of his administration in the borough is second to none.
They introduced free school meals for every primary school child.
What Luthfur did in his term as mayor, the housing that he built, the transformation of the education system, schools had been failing, he turned all that round and had free school meals, things like that. It was brilliant.
Lutfur Rahman, because he was so good. I don't think many people understand how good until he went. I know the schools really missed him, and there's a lot of children in this borough that went to good schools after, some to Cambridge, some to Oxford, and they done it with the help of him.
They were the first in the UK to introduce the London living wage for all contractors. They kept full council tax benefit for every recipient. They were the only council in the UK to replace the educational maintenance allowance. They introduced a £1,500 bursary for every single student from the borough that attended university. They were the only council not to charge for elderly personal care, and until 2015 all provision remained free.
I was elected the mayor of Tower Hamlets on 2 occasions. I am grateful to the people of this borough. They had continuously always elected me in one capacity or another.
John Biggs decided to give himself a 10% pay increase. 10% pay increase.
As the leader of this council during 2008-2009, I took a cut of 25% in my allowance. As the mayor, I took a reduction of my allowance by £10,000.
All these values that we've lost and the Labour Party have lost are now represented by Luthfur.
Have you heard of Lutfur Rahman? He was unseated effectively by a judge. His name was dragged through the mud. He lost everything. He had to stand down as mayor of Tower Hamlets, okay, because he was so corrupt. He was so corrupt. Well, guess what? The Met found that there was insufficient evidence for this guy to be charged with anything, Lutfur Rahman. Nothing at all, okay? 4
police investigation, 1 council investigation. The last police investigation, the police had spent £1.7 million. Total, £3.5 million to £4 million was spent. Despite all the investigations, no wrongdoing was found against me or any member of my administration. I strongly believe that if I was before a jury, I would not have received such a judgment. It was an unprecedented judgment, unfair, unjust, and to this date, I will say that it was a miscarriage of justice.
John Biggs, he has led on £17.9 million worth of cuts and 110 redundancies, right? So this guy, a Labour politician, John Biggs, is overseeing austerity. He's overseeing flatlining pay. Meanwhile, he's just given himself a 10% pay increase.
While Lutfur Rahman was in office, he froze council tax for 7 years. While people are struggling, there's been a council underspend of £5.4 million, yet John Biggs has decided to increase council tax. Now, the council tax has gone up to over 25%. Only a few days ago, it was increased by another 1% by Mayor John Biggs. This is a punishment for local residents.
John Biggs didn't translate to real improvement in council housing, in youth opportunities. In fact, quite the opposite. It was a regime of cuts.
We also, as an administration, took a cut of £125 million. We took the cut, but we did it in such a way that we protected and we saved frontline services.
Luthfur's record is outstanding, a record that any Labour authority in Britain should be proud of.
The mayor have been able to do what he has done in this borough.
Luthfur is definitely going to stand in the mayoral election. It's just what we desperately need in Tower Hamlets.
Luthfur done an amazing job before and he will do it again. I believe in him and I fully support him.
Let's rebuild Tower Hamlets, and the person to do that is Luthfur.